out of Rhodes College in Memphis, Tennessee. And that I got in my business degree was on finance. And as I traveled the country campaigning this election cycle, one of the things that I talked about was this idea that in finance, we always promote this idea of diversity. If you know anything about a portfolio, the one thing that you want to do is make sure that it's as diverse as possible, because at times certain stocks will perform better than others, and they will exemplify various strengths and weaknesses. And together, a diverse portfolio is usually what any good finance person would promote. They wouldn't promote that you solely invest in vanilla wafers, believing that that is going to be the strongest portfolio, but instead they may want to add some chocolate cake and some Twinkies into the mix to make sure that we have the best portfolio, because there will be different preferences by different people. And again, there will be different strengths. But as I sit here and I think about what we say and what I'm hearing as it relates to diversity when it comes to anything outside of making money, and to be clear, we are losing GDP every time we try to push back on this idea of diversity, because all of us bring something different to the table. But you consistently said over and over the word oppression, and every time that you said it, it was almost as if I was hearing nails on a chalkboard, because it seems like you don't understand the definition of oppression. And I'd ask you to just refer to Google to help you out. Oppression is the prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control. That is the definition of oppression. And so as I sit here as a Black woman who practiced civil rights, let me tell you, the reason that my colleagues wanted to make sure you understood the same Black history that your side of the aisle wants to delete out of classrooms is because you can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. You tell me which white men were dragged out of their homes. You tell me which one of them got dragged all the way across an ocean and told that you are going to go at work. We are going to steal your wives. We are going to rape your wives. That didn't happen. That is oppression. We didn't ask to be here. We're not the same migrants that y'all constantly come up against. We didn't run away from home. We were stolen. So yeah, we are going to sit here and be offended when you want to sit here and act like, and don't let it escape you that it is white men on this side of the aisle telling us, people of color on this side of the aisle, that y'all are the ones being oppressed, that y'all are the ones that are being harmed. That's not the definition of oppression. You tell me the prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment that you've had, and we can have a conversation.
You can start with Exodus.
The final thing that I will say.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect men of Yasharallah, spread it across the four corners of the planet Earth, diligently pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. All right, who may not all look, okay, who may not all look like a modern day Negro, okay? Let me start off, and clear things up, all right? We don't subscribe to colorism, all right? Colorism is ignorance, all right? Colorism is an ignorant, systematic, okay, form of oppression, okay, that this woman is talking about, all right, that was instituted and created by the so-called white man. Now, the white man is in color, okay. He is no white as I am, all right. or as Akeem Olajuwon. Okay, he's no whiter than Akeem Olajuwon or Charles Barkley. Okay, he's red or pink in color, and you so-called black people, you are not. You are as black. Okay, you are as black as a Martha Stewart. Okay, which Martha Stewart, okay, she could be actually a Jake, all right, or Robert Downey Jr. He could actually be a Jake, all right. He could act. They could actually be so-called Negroes, all right. Now, we get into this confusion, all right, and when she's made it, okay, to a representative, all right, and that just shows you these people, the people who have been leading us in the U.S. can lack in their credentials and in their knowledge, all right. They can lack in their credentials and in their knowledge because, uh, you know, you are who your father is. Okay? Let me say that again. You are who your father is, meaning that your lineage comes through your father. Okay? Not your mother, but your father. Okay? Now, your mother, she gives birth to you and nurtures you. All right? But your line comes through your father. And there is no such thing as a black line or a white line. All right. Now, um, a lot of times, the darker you are, okay, can carry a somewhat of a stigma. All right. Um, you know, uh, because the darker you are, people could label you. Okay, and here's the scripture. All right, let me get a scripture. All right, because the Bible calls it bywords. All right, and I haven't even got into what the title's going to be or anything. I just want to in this opening want to make this clear. All right. Bear with me. I'm just getting the scripture. All right. This is Genesis 31:3. And it says, "And the Lord said unto Jacob, Return unto the land of thy fathers and to thy kindred, and I will be with thee." All right. So, you heard one of the congressmen say Exodus. All right. You know, you know, and let me get another scripture. And when they were shooting last night, okay, the chariots were everywhere. All right. Um, Proverbs 1:22 says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?" So this is talking about you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, because you are the Israelites that the Bible is speaking of. All right, that's you. Your line, through your father goes back to one of the tribes of Israel. All right. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. You see, uh, you know, she is truly in this seat because she hates knowledge. All right. And so she's, making a foolish error in her dissertation in front of the body, all right, of people. Okay, when she's speaking of oppression, because as you will have historians point out, when you really dig and search, you had people who resembled white people, okay, that were in slavery. All right. So, and you had people who resembled so-called black people who owned slaves. All right. So now that may be the fact. That may be a fact. All right. Because the way that the so-called white man has twisted history with his lies. All right. And shalom to you sisters who listen and watch. All right. And children. So the white man has twisted, okay, history, with these labels of black and white, so much so that, the old bottles, you can't even tell an old bottle this. You can't bring this information to an old bottle. All right. And so the truth of the matter is, yeah, you had people who looked like white people that were servants. Okay. And that's always, we've never said that it was any different than that. Okay. But we want to make it clear to you. Okay. But the difference is, now you will have some people that say that you had so-called white people who were chattel slavery. All right. And then again, we have to take the mud off of the glass. Okay. Because 9 times out of 10, that person would not have been a true white person or an Edomite, okay? Because that's who these people are. They're Edomites. They're calling themselves white people, but they're Edomites, okay? They go back to the Khazars, okay? Not the Ashkenazi. They go back to the Khazars. Well, Esau, Edom, all right? And a lot of them go back to the Khazars, and others go back through other Edomite progenitors. All right. And so, you know, just as a historical point, okay, because, a lot of people don't get the chance to encounter, great grandmothers and, people who were alive during that time period. All right. A lot of people, they miss out on family history. All right. Family notes, family stories. Okay. And so you have people who, who are historians, okay, who will have you to believe that you had, countless numbers of so-called blacks who owned slaves. All right. You know, uh, the first person who, who went to court, okay, the first person who went to court to have his slave forcibly to be a permanent slave, okay, and won the case was a so-called black man, okay, according to records thus far. All right, there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of records we don't know, but anyway, the number of black slave holders are far and few. All right. A lot of us, if we dig into our history, we would be surprised to find out that we owned or possessed slaves. But like I said, the numbers would be far and few. And I'm talking like maybe 10. Okay. So, people bring up this argument. Oh, you had black people that owned other black people during slavery, which is a very, very weak argument because the number of black people that you may have had to own slaves on a plantation were maybe 10 individuals. And out of those 10, some of them were themselves slaves who bought their freedom and then, owned slaves. All right. Now, it's in the comparison to the Edomites or so-called white people as they coined themselves. All right. That is, a very small number when you had slave owners in the thousands. All right. In the thousands. Now, were all so-called white slave owners cruel? No. All right. Were all so-called white slave owners white people? Okay. Really, the Edomites? No. Some of them were Jakes as well. Okay. Some of them were Jakes as well. And they were using, okay, this new, white, okay, they were using this new white camouflage, all right, in order, the new white system, okay, in order to get favor from, and benefits, okay. So we don't look at people's skin color, all right. We don't look at people's skin color. That's something that fools who lack knowledge, that's what they have created, and that's what they do. Okay? Which leads to the real title of this video, brothers and sisters, our celebration is coming. All right? Our celebration is coming. We're going to celebrate. Okay? We are going to celebrate. And there's going to be nothing like it in the history of mankind. We are going to celebrate. And like I was saying, I was awakened, all right, by the sounds of gunfire, okay, letting me know, okay, that it was a new year, okay, and so I went out to send up curses, and lo and behold, the chariots were out, and I looked in the sky and I saw what I thought was a falling star. It was green, and listen, I'm not giving any ghost stories. All right, I didn't have my phone on me. All right, when I saw it. All right, but they were shooting. All right, there were some red orbs. All right, that looked like Now there's these things that uh, people release called Chinese candles. Okay, people release Chinese candles, whatever whatever meaning that it has. Okay, that they release Chinese candles. All right, so I know what Chinese candles look like, what they appear like. Okay, and they're oftentimes kind of big. All right. Um, but these things that like I said, I've filmed countless chariots. All right, I I was the first person, okay, to film a chariot coming out of the lake. All right, and that was earlier in coming into this truth. All right, um, and even then I gave the size, and it was the size of a van. All right, size of a van. All right, so like a conversion van. Okay, but and it was a fire, and I'm like, me and the gentleman that was with me. All right, we were like, man, how could fire come out of the lake? What the and it was just a circle, and he began to say it's a wheel within the wheel, like, man, and that was it. It was a chariot. Okay, and so I was looking in the northern into the northern sky. All right, when I saw that it fell, it actually came from east to west. All right, now that I think about it, because I was looking north, about to face east and to push the curses up, and I saw it. They were shooting. I was thinking like, damn, I shouldn't really be out here while they shooting. And bullet, and then I saw the chariot. It just fell like, and then there was two red chariots, big ones. All right, but the green one, okay, that's the one that really, okay, did its thing. All right, the other two were they just flying in formation, but the green one fell out of the sky like it had been hit by gunfire. I said, oh damn, there's a meteor, falling out of the sky. But then it stopped. Okay, it stopped, and then it went backwards. And then it went forward. Okay, it was like it was scanning the area. Then I said, well, damn, it must be a police drone, But it was a solid green. It had no other colors with it. It was just green. Okay. like green, all right? And it, kind of danced over the area because, someone was letting off a lot of fireworks before that actually happened. And, which made me think like, oh, maybe it was a police drone seeing where those fireworks were coming from. That's what it made me think. But the way that it moved was, and the speed that it went, and it disappeared. Okay. This thing totally disappeared. Okay. And the right left moves where it was here, 1 second, and then the blink of the eye was there. Okay, so nothing man-made, impossible. Okay, I know a drone. Okay, so we are going to celebrate. All right, and this celebration is going to be like none other. We are going to celebrate. I know brothers like, man, they sisters, man, they partying. You can see, Jake's demeanor. Okay, and then you have the naysayers. Oh, you still holding on to that? You still believe in that stuff, man? How long you gonna believe in that, man? Man, they've been talking about the world coming to an end since I was a little boy, you know? You've been having these people, and they always coming up with that, man. Remember, they start bringing up, things and, but see, those are scorners, okay? And fools hate knowledge, all right? Fools hate knowledge. Because we are about to have a celebration like none other, all right? When the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai returns, man, okay? And, coincidentally, my cameras and stuff that around my house, they're still out. Cameras still out. Man, I hate this phone, man. I just got to get a new phone. I wanted to hold on to this phone, but it man, it's just, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Let me see. Let me get a scripture. All right. 1 second. Okay. Let's look at this word celebrate. Real quick in the scriptures. All right.
Strong's H 1984. Halal. Halal.
Strong's H 1984. So celebrate is halal. Okay. To shine. All right. Hence to make a show. Okay. To boast and thus be clamorous and foolish. Okay. That's how we gonna be, man. When the Lord return, man, because he's going to be on our side. He's going to be on our part. Okay. And once Babylon is destroyed and we see the destruction, okay, to this place. All right, because this, if you're still carrying baggage, okay, attached to yourself from Babylon, then you're one of the foolish people, man. All right, you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. To rave causatively, all right, to celebrate, also to stultify, okay. We're going to boast, yeah, motherfucker, you know, that's going to be the biggest word going on around that you can hear around the world from the men of the Lord, man. All right. Get glory. Okay. Glory. Glory. Give light. Okay. You're going to be a light. Make fiend self. Okay. Mad. Mad. So if you're celebrating, how could you be mad? Because that's how happy you're going to be that the Lord comes, man. That's how you're going to celebrate, and that's how you're supposed to celebrate. Okay, when Jake loses jobs when he celebrate, man. They don't go to work the next damn day, man. They get inebriated, get drunk, sloppy, smoke a box of blunts, all right? And they are celebrating their oppression. She's talking about oppression. She's talking about oppression as a representative, and you have Jake, running around like everything is okay. Okay? You have Esau talking about we were oppressed in Exodus. And maybe he's a Jake. Maybe he's a Jake. And he even knows that that's a joke, man. All right? If he's not a Jake, well, guess what? He's being oppressive with his lies at that moment. Okay? Because he's not listening to what she's saying. She's running her damn mouth right now. And the truth of the matter is, one of those Edomites will bend her ass right over, and she'll be, I gotta say that. And that's how fake and dark this place is, man. Okay? Mad against, okay? Yeah, mad against this oppressive government. Okay? Give in marriage. That's right. Okay? Because we'll be returning to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Sing, be worthy of praise. Okay? Rage, renowned, shine. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to be, hey, you're going to hear motherfucker. Okay? It's going to be so loud, man. Okay? And that might change. That might be what changes us in the blink of an eye. Just give up the ghost, man, and just change it to a new individual once you see the Lord come, man. Okay? Let me see. Psalms 34:2. My soul shall make her boast in the Lord. Okay. And that's what's going to happen in that day. That's what we're doing now. Okay. That's what we're doing now. And we're doing it on a grand scale. Okay. But when the Lord does appear, okay, it's going to be incredible. Okay. It's going to be a celebration. So we are going to definitely celebrate. All right. Let me see. Well, how much time is on there? Okay, Isaiah. Let me see. Let me get a scripture. Isaiah 41:15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Okay. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Okay. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. Okay. So we are going to indeed celebrate. Okay, not like Jake. Okay, they're just, going. It sounded like what's the name of it? D-Day. That's what it sounds like on New Year's here in Chicago. Sounds like D-Day. All right. And there's more scriptures that I can get, but you get the point. All right. Nahum 2:4. The chariots shall rage in the streets. All right. They shall jostle one against another in the broad ways. They shall seem like torches. They shall run like the lightnings. All right. So this is going to be a real party. All right. So hold on, man. Hold on, brothers. Hold on, sisters. All right. Because we are going to party. Party's coming. All right. So with that, give all praises blessed to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.